Hi everyone, welcome to the home of Invoq. My name is Jens. Today we have a visitor from a bakery in Aarhus. Actually, it's like a whole chain of stores. You have your own clothes brand and...
I do lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
And yeah. This is in English. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. We are still in Randers in Denmark, but we're gonna please our global customers today and do it in English.
So this is just a
and this is what you know. I'm just a stupid chef.
So 12 layer butter.
12 layer butter.
Okay. We do 12 layers that we think is the layer and the crispiness is best at that point.
It's the top. Okay.
And also we think it's the most beautiful croissant.
Yeah.
So we use real butter, not that margarine stuff.
No.
This comes directly from the freezer and just been defrosting for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's
very cold.
Very cold. We're just gonna trim the edges, just to make it more beautiful.
Yeah.
These sides we can use for the dough the next day, or we can cut it in like small squares. Then we can roll it in some cinnamon sugar, yada.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna put it in a muffin shape, and then we're just gonna bake it, and then it's gonna be like a pull-off cake. Actually, we call it monkey bread.
Monkey bread. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna just trim some squares.
Yeah.
That one. So we're gonna do like hopefully the same size. You love your knife just been.
Yeah. I mean, this is the best way how to use a chef knife. Yeah, directly on a steel table.
Directly on a steel table. Okay. So you're just gonna stretch it out a tiny bit, just to make it a bit longer. Then you put it on the table. Then I do it towards myself. I know my bakers, they want to fire me when I do that because they want to do it because it's better for the back.
Okay. So okay. So it's like a
environment. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna stretch it a bit out, and then we're gonna roll it like a bit aside, so we get like these two edges. And then it's very important that you keep this triangle in the middle, so you keep the upright position all the way. So look here, you can see it's still in the middle. And that's very important because it has to balance itself. Because if you roll it uneven, it will fall to one edge or the other side. And already now you can feel that it's starting to melt.
Yeah,
and that's
it's a little bit too warm.
Yeah, and there's also this rule that you can actually not touch the croissant more than 3 times.
Okay.
We prep all the croissants each day, and then we put them directly in the freezer because the one rule with croissants is that they're not allowed to rise before you actually want to rise them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now we have rolled them out from the frost, and then we're gonna put them in the freezer again. They can be up in the freezer for like 4 to 6 days. Okay. And then we're gonna defrost them overnight in just the fridge, and then we're gonna rise them when we want them to be baked. So these ones have been rising a bit. 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, and then they need approximately 1 hour more.
1 hour more.
Yeah.
Okay.
They need to be like the
wobbly
effect. They're not there yet. They need a bit more, and also the layers have to separate a bit, like here.
Okay.
So it's starting to separate.
Okay.
But it also so maybe 1 hour more. Here we go again. Now we're gonna mix croissants.
Some beautiful croissants.
We're just gonna give them some. This is just milk and butter. Just gonna slightly brush them, just to make them golden brown. These are ready to bake, and the way you can see them or see it is that they are kind of wiggly. And the layers have started to
separate a little bit in the layers.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's a good sign, and also you can see the edge. It's still a bit under. Like the end of the croissant is still under. When it's starting to get on top, it has been risen. It has risen too much. Yeah.
Okay. Bottom oven is set for the actually just a standard factory set croissant recipe. So that's a 15-minute bake, preheat to 230, and then it bakes from 170 and up to 190.
Cool.
Yeah.
Put it in.